What's up, everyone? Back here with another video of what if I was in Naruto Part 2. Last time we left off, I asked you all to suggest a team and who to ship me with. So it came back, and this is a team people chose for me. I will be on Team 7, and I'm replacing Sakura since I'm in the middle of their level. Now we're gonna say they had an odd number of boys and girls. And we're going to say in this timeline, Sakura failed. And I passed. Therefore, they had no choice but to make an all-male, team. Which is quite unusual, but you know. And the ship will apply later. Anyway, so everyone is told about their teams, and I go and tell Naruto I'm glad we ended up on the same team. And then I'm like, about our other teammate though, I'm not too sure how happy I am about him. He's pretty dark and pretty much a loner, so I don't know if he'll work well with us. But you never know, maybe he'll open up eventually. After a few hours, Kakashi comes in. I ask Naruto if he knows who this guy is. Naruto says no. And I say, hey Sasuke, you know who he is, right? Sasuke looks at me and says, no, is he some big deal or something? I say, of course he is. His name's Kakashi Hatake, the copy ninja. Or, he's rumored to have copied over 1,000 ninjutsu. Sasuke says, well, he scoffs, and Naruto says, whoa, he really knows that many ninjutsu? I look at him and say, yeah. Kakashi then says, takes us to the roof and asks us all to introduce ourselves. He points at Naruto and says, go first. Naruto says, I am Naruto Uzumaki. I like ramen, I like hanging out with Kizama, and my goal is to become the Hokage. Then he points to me. He asks me, then he says, you go next. I say, my name is Kizama Knight. I enjoy hanging out with Naruto, training, and going to the library. But I also really like seals. Then I say, my goal is to become a master of sealing ninjutsu and meet the legendary Jiraiya, the current master of seals. Then he points to Sasuke and say, you're next. Sasuke says, I am Sasuke Uchiha. I don't have any likes, and I have a lot of dislikes. I do not have a goal. What I have, I will make a reality, to kill a certain someone. Kakashi then says, tomorrow, meet me at Training Ground 7. We'll be doing a test. He also says don't eat. Anyway, the next day, me, Naruto, and Sasuke arrive. I ask them if they know what the test is. They say no. I ask them if they've eaten. They say no. I say, neither did I. I then make 4 clones and tell them to spread into the forest in the formation. Naruto and Sasuke asked me why I did this. Just in case, I might have an idea what the test will be. Well, genuinely, he might be trying to test how strong we are. A few hours later, Kakashi comes and says, today we'll be doing the bell test. He then shows 2 bells and says, if you, 2 of you will pass and continue being ninja, while 1 of you will be sent back to the academy. Then everyone except Naruto scatters into the woods. Naruto charges at Kakashi. Kakashi quickly defeats Naruto, and then I come out of the woods and look him dead in the eye, and I grab I yell out now, and a barrier appears. This barrier is not the exact one you see in this. It's not that strong, but it's able to hold beginning level people, so nothing to Kakashi, but Kakashi's pretty impressed that a kid can do a sealing jutsu this advanced. It's nothing too special, but it's still pretty decent seal. Then I grab out a green scroll. I open it up and say, "You said we can come at you with killing intent, right?" He then says, "Yeah." Then I run towards him and throw the scroll in front of him while it's open and say, "Release. Fire style. Great fireball jutsu." And a fireball comes out of the scroll. Kakashi, surprised by this, gets hit a little bit and burnt, but nothing too major. He then asked me how I did that. I then explained, "I am a shinobi, but I'm not too good at ninjutsu. And if I'm being honest, I'm not good at really anything besides sealing. And I figured that sealing ninjutsu in a scroll would be a good way to make me a stronger shinobi. So I sealed 4 fireballs and 1 scroll." He then asked me how I'd gotten the fireball jutsus. I then look at him and say, "My dad has the fire chakra nature." And then I back up a bit more, and Kakashi uses the water style water dragon. Then I catch it in a scroll and send it back. Then Kakashi lifts up his headband, figuring that it might be a better idea to help increase his reaction time. Sasuke, seeing this, gets pretty mad and wants to know why he has the Sharingan. And then, after a while, I use another fireball jutsu, and time passes. Sasuke gives the same attempt as in canon, except he's a little more angry and sloppy, so he doesn't do quite as good, but he still almost gets one of the bells. And Kakashi has his eye out, so that's another negative for him. Anyway, Naruto gets tied to the post. I end up feeding Naruto. Kakashi comes out and says, "Those who abandon a mission are scum, but those who abandon a friend and comrade are worse than scum." And then, after a couple weeks, we do some basic low-level missions, and we go to the Hokage. Me and Naruto request a higher rank mission. He decides, okay, but only increasing by 1 rank and going to a C rank mission. Me and Naruto are happy with this, that we'll finally get a mission besides just, well, catching cats and dogs. Naruto and me just are excited, and Sasuke has a grin on his face as well. Finally, we're all been waiting for an actual mission, and then the Hokage says, "Tazuna, come in." Then a drunken man, a man drinking, comes in, and he looks at Naruto and says, "How are these little kids supposed to protect me, especially the yellow-haired one?" I look at Tazuna, and Naruto tries charging at him, but is stopped by Kakashi. Then the Hokage says, "They're all 3 capable shinobi. They should all be able to handle a few low-level jonin. And not low-level jonin. Some bandits. And if something bad were to happen, then Kakashi would be able to." Kakashi here is a well-respected shinobi in the village. He's quite strong. Tazuna says okay, and then everyone is told that they'll be leaving the village in half an hour. So everyone goes getting ready. I go and pick up a few scrolls, and we head out. After a while of walking, the Demon Brothers come out and attack. This time, I'm taking basically soccer plays and jumping by Tazuna and unrolling a scroll, while Sasuke takes care of the Demon Brothers. We tie them up and have shadow clones. Kakashi makes shadow clones and takes them to the leaf. After a while, hold on, give me a second. Zabuza Momochi appears on his sword. Then Kakashi tells everyone to get back, and everyone does. After this, me and Naruto and Sasuke get into a formation to protect the bridge builder. Zabuza makes his mist jutsu come out again, and a while after this, him and Kakashi have a similar fight to in the canon, but then Zabuza catches Kakashi off guard, putting him in the water prison. He then makes a water clone and sends it after me, Naruto, and Sasuke. Having a scroll from the other day after the training exercise with Kakashi, test from Kakashi, I had him give me a scroll. I used this scroll, I grabbed the scroll, opened it up, and performed the water dragon jutsu. Zabuza does the same, he performs the water dragon jutsu, and they collide. I then look at him in the eyes, grab a kunai, and throw it. This is able to catch you off guard because we're going to say this kunai is Naruto's clones, because we're going to say he made a couple clones to send some shuriken at him, and one of them was turned into a kunai, and yeah. Anyway, this frees him, Kakashi. Kakashi activates his Sharingan and knocks Zabuza into a tree, but right before we can kill him, 2 Senbon are thrown straight into his neck. I know a decent bit about the human body, but I don't know that much, so I don't know that he's still alive. What I do know is a couple major arteries. I don't know if there's one in the neck yet, so yeah. Anyway, Haku comes, says he's a tracker ninja, and takes him and leaves. After a while, Kakashi then passes out. Tazuna picks him up and carries him back to his house, and says we should stay until he recovers. We then meet his family, Tazuna's grandson, and Tazuna's daughter. We find out about what happened to his stepson? By marriage or whatever. And yeah. After this, Kakashi wakes up and tells us that we're going to start training because Zabuza's still alive. He teaches Naruto and Sasuke tree walking, but I explain I already know it. He then tells me that he doesn't know what to work on with me then, because he doesn't know too many seals, but he knows some, but they're probably out of my range right now. So I say okay, and I work on a jutsu called the Sealing Bullet, a jutsu that I've been developing for quite a while, about combining wind style, wind bullet, and my ink release. My ink release can't really do much, but it can change the color of water, so I've used basically a sealing formula in my mouth, make it in the water. I make ink in my mouth, and then I perform the wind style wind bullet, launching the ink in a sealing formation, and whatever it hits, it seals, then unseals instantly. I also work with my little short sword thing, the traditional Chinese, samurai short sword thing. So yeah. Anyway, a few days pass. We're gonna say Naruto meets Haku still, oversleeps and all that. Me and Sasuke protect Tazuna, yada yada. Eventually, Sasuke gets trapped in the mirrors. Naruto jumps in with him, and their fight basically goes the same. Sasuke ends up taking the brunt of the attack. Meanwhile, me and Kakashi are fighting Zabuza. I'm basically supporting Kakashi with wide range while he's doing most of the close range. Zabuza ends up launching a water-style water dragon at me, and I end up using my scroll. I spin around, seal the water dragon, and unseal it directly back at him. So yeah. Then he launches 2 more, and I perform the hand signs for my new jutsu, and I yell out, seal style, sealing bullet. and launch it, hitting the water dragons and making them seal away and launch straight back at him. I then rush him alongside Kakashi, and I perform the 5-prong seal on Zabuza, sealing away most of his chakra, and I jump back for Kakashi to hit him through the chest with the Chidori. But right before that happens, Haku jumps in the way, saving Zabuza's life, and yeah. Then a little bit after that, the Gato's men appear on the bridge. Zabuza takes care of them. After this, Zabuza is buried with Haku. But then I get an idea. I remember reading the 7 Swordsmen of the Mist and what their swords' abilities are. I remember reading that the Executioner Blade can instantly recover as long as it's supplied with blood. I then think I can make my own sword, in a sense, with the materials from this blade. So I seal the Executioner Blade away, and I do plan to make a sword later on. Well, short sword, a weapon later on. It doesn't actually have to be a sword, but it'll be made out of the metal from the Executioner Blade. So yeah, you guys can suggest what weapon you want me to use, and it might be done by the tuning exams, not really sure. I'll have a blacksmith or something do it, but I have a plan that I'm basically inspired from 7 Deadly Sins. If you know Meliodas' ability, full counter. Basically I plan to seal any ninjutsu coming out me, and then slice the weapon the other way and unseal it, sending it right back at the opponent just as strong. So yeah, that's basically what I plan to do. I may even have another way to using that, but yeah. After we defeat them, we all return to the village, and darn it, so many. Okay, and after a day or two, well, after the remainder of that day, we've been resting, and we're gonna say we did this mission faster than in canon, so we get an extra week of training. So yeah, and this time I won't be developing that weapon because I want you guys to figure what the weapon will be, but I'll be working on a new set of scrolls with sealed jutsu in them that I'll be asking my father. We're going to say he has a large chakra reserve, and I just wasn't lucky enough to be born with it. I also work on my chakra control and my fighting style, and learn a bit more about the human body. And I also increase the basic barrier I have to where it can hold low-level Jonin. That's it, though. No one around Kakashi's level. So yeah. In the next episode, we'll be doing the tuning exams, and we might be getting into the ship that, can't remember his name, but the person who suggested my team. We might be getting to the ship you suggested as well next episode. So yeah. For now, hope you all enjoyed, and don't forget to recommend the weapon in the description, well, in the comments. Yeah, anyway, hope you all enjoyed. What If Night 310 out.